Okay, I'm alive. Don't worry. It was only a short bit of time. I had to have a shower and stuff like that. And why is like this? Oh, I forgot about you. Hang on. Boom, there we go. Sorry. Welcome back to my stream, everybody. And sadly, before I want to continue the game, I was just end up having my own mind. Actually, I might take it off my ears. As I was gonna say, after one of my previous stream going through 5 more games, but technically right now, 2 other games I have to be done and just get this through. Which probably you already know that the title is The Amazing Digital Circus. Yeah, I know, because I'm looking up above, because right now I changed the perception screen, because you're looking at right now, I'm looking at you with the chat above, and I'm looking at you on the camera right now. But after the point, I decided to continue All Road Leads to You and the Amazing Digital Circus Mind Games, as mostly would go as I go as much I go. Unfortunately, in my mind, I just can't resist. I even joined us and my friend of mine want to tag along because I want to start at the very beginning. They refuse because they're thinking like something sketchy and stuff like that, which I wish I didn't want a surprise, because it would have been a surprise what game I'll be playing with them, because if they never know about the game, I'm not the one who's going to explain and spoiling everybody, which is not fun at all. So, to continue to get this one game to be finished, is the All Roads Leads to You. As you might remember from my last stream, I was having a panic, because you might know exactly what's going on. It was around 2 days ago, after I started playing the game, when Ravika went in and kissed Jax into the lips. Oh, I might have to turn myself down, unfortunately, because, yeah, for me eventually. But you all can hear the game, and maybe I might just turn it down a bit. Anyways, let's continue the game as we left off, because why not? Before she knew what was happening, Ravika leaned in and pressed a soft kiss to his lips. She heard Jack's breath catches and felt his body tense. Nervous she may have made him uncomfortable and embarrassed. That she just went for it. She started to pull away. So we know that's one, and there we go. It's not another kiss, but just kisses back. Just yank her back. Yank her back into him, presses their lips more firmly together. Ravika squeaking in surprise before she tightened her grip around him, moving her arms to lock around his neck. Okay, that is unusual. I never seen somebody trying to kiss him while his teeth are showing, while his lips is as soft as a button. Yeah, and something like that button. Ravika's head was spinning as she kissed him. He was warm and his lips were surprisingly soft and gentle as they moved against her. All the strength that seemed to have been drained from her was slowly filling her once more, warming her like the heat of the sun from the inside out. So this is really obvious the fanfic writing the video game, isn't it? When they finally broke apart, after what felt like ages, Ravika was out of breath, panting. She stared at Jax, who was looking back at her with large dark eyes and a dazed expression on his face like never seen her before. Jax, Ravika spoke softly, not letting go of his neck. And here comes the second kiss! Yay! Oh, God! Yep, there we go. Jack cut her off another kiss. This one intense, then the first. Ravika slightly happily holding him tightly. Hold him tighter, sorry, not tightly. It it was shaking off the ground that finally forced them apart. They heard a familiar rumble and felt the movement breath in them. Jax held Ravika close, bracing for another shift. Ravika clung to him and shut her eyes. Then, just as quickly as it had started, the rumble stopped. Ravika peered over Jack's shoulders and gasped. Jax, the cabinet! Jax whipped it around, and surely enough, the path to the cabinet was clear. The bramble and thorn brush should have separate, and the thorn bushes has separate, leaving a perfect path to the front door. There was even a cobblestone walkway. Sorry. Is this a trick? Is this a trick? I don't think so. I don't think it is. Only one way to find out. He stood up straight. Ravika still secured his arms. Jax. Yeah? I feel a lot stronger, and, well, you don't have to carry me if you want me to. Ravika tried not to let it show on her face just how much she actually wanted him to. I'm not opposing just to hold you, you know. Sorry, my throat needs to clear. I'm not opposing just to hold you, no. You're light and you're soft, kind of warm too. Now that I hear it now. Sorry, now that I'm heated you up a bit. Ravika laughs. Good. You're also very warm. Jax leaned his forehead against Ravika, just lightly enough that they brushed together. Ravika's heart beat quickly. Oh my goodness, this is getting... Sure, it's a really wholesome topic looking. And I didn't know what Bunny Doll is because I didn't know this is actually what they do. A fanship called Bunny Doll. She held him around his neck and closed her eyes as a soft contact. Then he walked them to the cabinet. Jax had never felt such relief. The fear that had consumed him just a moment period had taken a lot out of him mentally, and strangely enough, emotionally, so many conflicting feelings were happening at once. That, followed by the relief that Ravika was going to be okay, that she wasn't going to fall into some bizarre unconscious state. Sorry. He felt like he needed to lie down to probably delix it all. Then the kiss. The damn kiss! Yeah, I'ma whip you! Jax had a lot to think about it. She had kissed him. She had infatuated it. After everything he'd done to her, after all the hell he put her through, she found it in her heart to forgive him enough to kiss him. He wanted to kiss her again. In fact, he's planning on it. But the first thing they need to do was get out of this mess and back to the circus. Then he had plenty of time to work through these feelings and hopefully kiss her a whole lot more. Then they reached the cabinet. Jax grabbed the doorknob and gave it a twist. Locked. You gotta be kidding me, seriously? There got to be a key somewhere. Here, let me help you search. She gestured to the ground. Jack still held her firm. I got you, remember? Anything to keep her holding her? Now that he have her, he didn't want to let her go. Just another one of those many new feelings that seems to have taken over his brain. She smiled. giving him a little squeeze. I'm okay, promise. You can even carry me through the portal later if you want. Jax couldn't help his grin. You sneak dog! Almost a sneak bunny. No. Deal. 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 Sorry. Deal. God damn it. I'm gonna say this again. Deal. There you go. She gently let her down. He watches as Ravika searched delightedly in the grass in front of the little cabinet. She even turned over a couple of rocks, hoping the key was stashing beneath one of them. Then she decided to walk around the perimeter of the sculpture. Jax followed closely, not wanting to let her out of his sight. They have no lock. No key could be found anywhere. Eventually, they found themselves facing the front door again, unsure what to do next. Well, this is certainly frustrating. Not surprising Kane find this exciting. Not crazy, it is probably watching from everywhere, from wherever the heck he sits, and is enjoying every second. There gotta be another way. Maybe we can pick the lock. Ravika tapped her chin with her finger. If only we had. Oh, what's up? I know what we can try. Ravika clapped her hands together excitedly. Jax watched as Ravika ran over to one of the thorn bushes. Carefully, she selected the largest, longest form she could find and snapped it clean off the branch. It was roughly the size of a sewing needle and nearly as thin as one. Okay, this will do. Ravika held the thorn in front of her face and nodded. Then she inserted it in the keyhole and moved it around a bit. That doesn't work unless it's cartoony logic. That's freaking obvious. But then again, we're in the digital world, so I can't even say anything else. Jack narrowed his eyes. Are you sure this is going to... To his amazement, there was a tiny click. Jack stared wide-eyed. It's not like wide-eyed, unless I say square-eyed. Wide-eyed. Ah. As Ravika tested the lock again and the door swung open. Oh, Ravika laughed. It worked. Jack was stunned into silence, as if Rags couldn't surprise him anymore. Here she was picking locks. Rags, he said, chuckled softly. I thought I was the one who had the keys to everywhere. Yeah, you are showing me up. Yeah, you're showing me up. Ravika blushed and struggled. It's nothing. How did you know that? How did you know that would work? Fuck. How did you know that would work? I maybe or may not have used some of my sewing needles to explore some of a Kane's locked room in the past. What locked rooms? Tell me, Rags. How did you... There's no way you can just unlock someone else's room that is not here. I have so many questions. Of course I do! Jax took her hand, but first, let's get the out of here. Okay. They walked over the third horse. The third horse. The imperator was set up like a classic summer camp. Classic summer camp cabinet with bunk beds against one wall and the little table with chairs on the other side. Okay, I see what camp means. It mostly said could always mean piranhas, I thought you were gonna say like could always Morty pickles. There's much pickles. The light filtering in through. Sorry, my throat. Light filtered in through, and dusting windows and spiderwebs covered every corner and conceal. Jackson and Ravika both look around. Well, what now? No idea. Jack shrugged. The shuttle is still holding Ravika's hand. Didn't Kane say something about whoever make it back first win the prize? Maybe the others already made it back? We haven't seen them since this whole thing started. Don't you find that odd? Yeah, kind of. Ravika shivered. It's creepy in here. I wish the border would open already so we could leave. Kane! Jack. Kane? Jax called into the air above them. Nothing happened. Jax groaned, scrubbing his free hand over his face. Fantastic. I'm sure there's a way. We just have to... Excellent job, my little campfire s'mores! You made it! Came blooming voice echoing all around them. As though, as though, as though it was magnified 10 times over. Ravika jumped and grabbed Jax by the arm. No. What? Congratulations on being the first one back to the cabinet! Oh, Kane! Oh, hang on. I'll be right back. I'm back. Sorry, guys. Just my stepdad bought some bottles and cans on that point, and mostly wanted me to sort out the whole weed on the weekend, sadly, which means I won't be doing anything else. Alright. So I also have to eat some snacks, so I just need to eat quick. No. For some rice cracker. Anyways, let's continue. They look at each other's eyes. Jack didn't understand how they could be at first. It seems as if through the adventure have gone on forever. Surely the others have made it back sooner than them. Please stand by. The porter will be with you shortly. There was a sound like a microphone being turned off, and the cabinet was silent once again. Oh, and I just realized my stepdad doesn't know about the whole live stream because he thinking live stream is not real. So don't blame me if I didn't know what's going on or explain it a little bit harder. The thing like live stream is not even a real job. It's not. I'm for fuck's sake, most of the time. I know for some reason he's here. I'm back again. Sorry about that. Alright, let's continue where we go. So, do we just wait? Ravika peeled at Jax. I'm just hoping not so. Yeah, I guess so. An awkward silence fell between them. They both moved at once, turning so they were facing each other. Jack took Ravika's other hand in his. Hey, Rex. Yes? Jack touches her face. Don't ever call yourself useless again, okay? Ravika opened her mouth like she was going to say something. She blinked at him and nodded, smiling softly. Okay. I know it's my fault for saying it in the first place, but I'm an idiot. Jack shrugged his shoulder. I'm sorry. Ravika gave his hand a gentle squeeze. I appreciate that, Jack. Hey, Rex. Yes, Jax? Can I kiss you again? Oh my god, no. He's gonna do it again. Like, doesn't matter. He's gonna do the third time. Oh no, sorry. I'm sorry. Sorry, I was completely going over for it. Sorry, I was looking. His heart pounded his chest. There was a risky question. As far as he was and was concerned. No, as far as he was concerned, he was actually a little terrifying. She might say no. Instead, to immense relief, Ravika laughed. Yes, please. And there we go, another kiss. There we go, the kiss. That's only it. They both move at once, Jax wrapped his arms around her, and Ravika did the same, tilting her head up to his lips to meet his lips. Jax kisses her like his life depends on it. Her lip was soft and sweet and move against his. His tightened his, he tightened his hold on her, afraid to let go, and all the touch-starved loneliness he felt over however many years he'd been trapped in this digital nightmare. He never could have expected to feel what he was feeling in that instant. Just as his hand moved to her head. Hair! Sorry, I got a frog in the throat. Moved to her hair. Jax felt and swooping sensation. It was all through of the sudden he was floating. His body felt weightless. Only when his back collided with something hard, with Rafika falling on top of him, did he finally come to his sense and open his eyes. He was face to face with Rafika. She was staring down at him, wide-eyed, but beyond her, he saw the variation color of the circuit tent. What the? Zubal's voice was loud in his ear. Oh my goodness! Why were they kissing? Gangle whispering, not very softly. Oh no, they're busted. They really got busted. I think he was going. Sorry, I think he was giving her mouth to mouth. No, they were definitely making out. Gross. Oh my god. Jack sat up abruptly. He didn't look around, breathing hard. They were back in the circus somehow. He didn't even remember the portal opening. Ravika was still perched in his lap. She looked around at the others, all observed them, her face as red as her hair. Oh, hi everyone. Welcome back, Jax and Ravika. You smiling prick. I'm gonna kill you all at wine. Congratulations on the venture. Congratulations on completing the venture. Sorry. Ravika stood quickly, flattened her skirt, and avoiding meeting anyone's eyes. Jack pulled himself up from the floor and stood by her side. I'm so proud of you both for using teamwork and sportsmanship to successfully make it to the cabinet. The whole purpose of the adventure was to strengthening friendship and bonds. I must say, I'm proud of myself for this one. Where would the rest of you go? Jax finally spoke, glare at all of them. Zuba rolled their eye. We were here. What are you talking about? You were all with us before we got separated when the ground moved that first time. Yeah, and as soon as it happened, the portal opened back up and Kane forced us to come back through. Okay, very tight squeeze. I mean, honestly, that all reaction while King is just having to see everybody. We've been back to the circus the whole time, waiting for you two. What? What? Ravika and Jack both looked at Kane confused. The ringleader looked at them sheepishly. Well, yes, Zuba right. You better have a good explanation for this, Kane. I'm talking a real good excuse. Well, to be honest, out of everyone here, you and Ravika were the two most in desire, need of a good lesson in teamwork. Kane over the top amusement. Kane over the top amusement was a present as it ever. And it worked! I say it worked. I say it worked. Subal snicker. Jack lands at Ravika. And then thank you for the follow, Superside9669. Well, and also welcome to my stream. I'm going to be doing just a continue on this virtual novel game of all rollies to you and the mind game, because we just want to finish these two off. I swear to God. Jax cleansed at Ravika. She had a faceless plush, dusting her cheeks. If it wasn't for the others all standing around, squonking at they like they were some sort of spectacle. No, spectacle. Spectacular? He had grabbed her, kissed her, and picked up right where we left off. So yeah. Okay. So the motion was going. The reaction right now is just Kinga just standing there. Gangle just covered a mouth. Zubul just cranky all of a sudden. Kane, I don't know what the fuck is he doing. And Palmy is just like, I seen better. Ravika met his gaze. She gave him the tiniest smile. Then he felt her soft hand grasping his. Tightened around his palm, Jax froze. Yeah, Ravika said softly, addressing the room, but staring only at Jax. It definitely worked. She turned to face him and took his other hand in hers. And hey! Oh my God! They had 4 times. Not 3 kisses, but 4. That's no fucking way. Not a single person will just do kiss more than 1. That's your new lead. Do it better than everybody who do 4 VR games. Do it better. Then she leans up and kisses him, ignoring the gasp and groan, and mumbles from those around them. Palmy's reaction is like, I feel uncomfortable. Kane's just looking away. Silver just turned the other way. Gangle is shockingly surprised. And Kane didn't even have a different expression. He's just staying there. Oh no. Jack melted against her, pulled her close to him as his hand slipped around her waist. I'm imagining if it's 18 plus right now, I'm having a surprise shock later on. This is just one of these fanfiction, but my God, it is just worth to see this. Suddenly, he didn't care so much about the other staring, not when he had a Ravika in his arms. I mean, hang on, can I go back real quick? Look at Jax's grabbing the hand around her waist. That's just lady killer here. That's the lady killer here. Sometime later, the ground was quiet as Jax and Ravika made their way to the shore by the digital lake. The air was calm and still, the sun low in the sky, while the moon had just started to appear above the rim of the mountains in the distance. They held hands as they walked. This new presage, something neither of them couldn't get enough of it. But fell into an easy route with. Jax gave Ravika hands a squeeze. She looked up at him and smiled. When they reached the shoreline, Ravika spread out a blanket she'd been carrying under her other arm. Oh boy, and then sneak around her neck. They sat down together in the grass. Ravika leaned heavily against Jax's side, while the rabbit wrapped his arm around her back. After a while, he spoke. So, this whole thing, us? Ravika hummed. Excuse me. She's already felt the confidence of his woman lulling her into a drowsy state. She spent so much time in his arms as of late. It was hard existing normally when she wasn't. You happy? Jack glanced at her. With me, I mean? Ravika laughed. Don't be silly. Of course I am. She hesitated. Then, in a much smaller voice, asked him, Are you happy with me? Do I really need to answer that one? Jack rolled his eyes. You asked first. Ravika laughed softly and nuzzled his side. And he got a smooch on the forehead. Jax leaned down and to press a kiss to her forehead. Oh, great, that's just a sweetie couple. I got you, Ravita. Always will. In fact, I think I always have. Oh no, this is already over. Ravika stared up into his searching eyes. They were filled with the affection she only ever caught in the faintest glimpses of them in the past. At thought it'd been there all along, but hidden just below the surface. She slightly happily, just a relief she haven't felt in forever, washing her over her. If they weren't forced to live forever in this place, as long as they have each other, maybe forever didn't seem like such a bad thing. Not anymore, at least. I got you too, Jax. Always. Jax leaned his head until it rests on the top of hers. Together, they watched the stars come out one by one. Well, that was it. That was Oro Leads to You. Wow. I even had to look at the reviews again for the first half. I was having a panic. A little bit panic. There it goes. Just get the last okay. So yeah, that was it. That was all Road Leads to You. Featuring with a parafish. Now, oops, that's the wrong one. We got to get this done. Hang on a second. There it is. Now we're moving on to the mind games again. Last time we took the quickest ending in the road. And probably I regret everything I did. It's time to continue because I end up watching. I just ended up seeing Venom Melon. I didn't watch through the rest of it because I wasn't here for like an hour or so. And yep, wow. Here we go again. At least I say whatever I have, so let's get this done. Express cautious interest of the digital circus. Kane puffed out of his shit. We're gonna do just one ending to find, that's it, and we're not gonna do this more often, but there are more endings, and I will go with someone else this time. Kane puffed out his chest with pride, his mouth forming into what you can amuse to be his vision of a smile. Your curiosity for the circus had him healing as if you giving him some unspoken form of praising. I'm so glad you asked. There's so much to show you. His arms flailing around in all directions, before looking back to you. Larger eyes somehow have grown all the larger. Bye, how shall I address you? You think for a moment and suddenly realize You can't remember your own name. Your anxiety starts growing as you seem to have forgotten who you are. No worries. I'll make sure to give you a name that goes accordingly to that avatar of yours. He plunged his cane, giving it the dizziest spin before pointing at your chest with it. Right. Just in case. You you still don't know why can't you remember the name you ever attempt to recall you. Try reach up to the headset. Hang on. Hang on. Try reaching. Hang on. Is it different? Try reaching up to the headset. Kane watch you as you pull your head in the struggle and a few seconds before you realize to take off. Panic and confusion when this hit the game. Is this the same one? Oh, it's the same one. It is. Hesitantly go with the flow for now. He looks hesitantly, clicking his heel together in the air where he was already floating. Wonderful! I promise you, we'll have a great time here. I've got to show you around, and we gotta give you a name. He stopped in the place, upper jaw raising, as if he just remembering something, and an unreadable look across his face. Before his eyes spontaneously point in the opposite direction. Jumping jackhammers in all the hullabaloo. I'm completely forgotten we were in the middle of a hardcore hide-and-seek game. You started as, but cut yourself off. He snapped his fingers. Oh, it's a ball game. A strange ball game with his face on his mirrorizing out of nowhere and falling to the ground. If you don't mind waiting for me for a bit, I will be back with you in a moment. I promise you're just don't go anywhere, okay? I wanted to be one of your show you around. Ha ha ha! Little me game for you to play in the meantime. See you around in a bit, toodle-doo. Toodle-doo. And Kane was completely gone off. Like, pew. Kane vanishes and there is deafening silence all around you. A quick look over your shoulder and you can see how big the place is. You could listen to Kane and wait for him, but there was also so many strange looking area that caught your attention. Oh boy, we have two other different. Hang on, what? Go left towards some big green door and go right towards a big spiral staircase. What? And they don't unlock. Of course it's the demo. I have no idea what we're going to do with those two. Let's try on the top. Stay and play with the ball game. There were missing pieces into the box. Yeah, the game seemed to not make any sense anyways. You pulled out a board displaying it on the ground and tried to pass some time. After a while, you were already bored. Not even instruction would have any help. With the box open in front of you, you took a deep breath. Everything was quiet. How is the gaming going, honey pops? Beautiful to see you still hanging right there when I left you. He had broken the silence with a loud pop, and all the ball pieces have gone flying over the floor. With a snap of his fingers, the board and the pieces vanishing from the view. Where were we? Oh yes, you need a name and a tour around. You question him about the other players inside the circus, and he gives you a casual look and a wave of his hand to brush it off. They're all fine, just resting after the great adventure. Don't worry, you will get to meet them all. Kane offers his hand to you. But first, a tour just for you. A great welcome is needed. And a new name. And a name. Just come with me. Oh God, Kane blushes. What the hell? He grabs you swiftly, lifting you up in the air beside him. Oi! What? Wait. What is going on the other side? Kane looked back at you, a big grin on his face, while you two fly above the circus tent. I'm so glad that you are here. It is nice to have a friendly new face around. We are going to have so much fun together. I know, but oh my God, what? No. Can I just can I go see it again? I'm sorry. What is this? What am I seeing? What is this? This Palmy just did dead and socialized. Everybody else is dead. What the happened? Okay, so I don't think I have to play the board game. Hang on, what was the? Hang on, sorry. What was it? What was it? I got ending. His new favorite. Okay, never mind. Walking towards the opening vent and walk toward opening the vent. Okay. Ew! Eyeballs everywhere in that vent. Right in front of you on a faraway wall, you spot what looks like an open vent. It's barely visible with a giant colorful cube blocking it from view. You walk towards it, worried that Kane might come back and find you sneaking around. The vent is indeed wide open as you thought, big enough for a person to fit in. Has someone used it? What is the game secret? What What is this game's secret achievement? You're pondering for a minute. I don't think this is just a normal actual digital circus. This is a different universe. I'm sorry. I'm betting this is a different universe. This is like what Kane just gone insane after all I went through. You ponder for a minute, then remind yourself that you are inside the game. You crouch inside to investigate. You'll notice the wall texture flickering, flickers and polygon just out of the odd angle, forming a gap in the vent. The gaps themselves are big enough to see what lies beyond the white extend. Oh my God, is that the Queen? You guess that no one has tested this part of the map yet. It also seems rather dirty in here, with all the cobweb and strangely shaped objects that also have faces. Perhaps that's why Kane didn't want you to explore. You peer through one of the holes, and you get to unnerving feeling that you are being watched. Suddenly, something shivered in your perishable as a multitude. You know, multitude of eyes. Is this still going? Oh no. Okay, it's still going. We'll raid her later on, just hoping it doesn't go off herself. Multitude of eyes open and glare back at you from all directions. A blooming voice rumbles through the vent. The Goikling. Let me try doing the voice. Another critical. And the person of Glunk. And the Glunkling gets better. That's the best I can do. I'm just gonna hit 2 just in case. You can't help yourself scream, or you think is the best to act politely. You try your best to politely, trying to diffuse the tension between you and this monster. You ever compliment their lovely eyes. There's many, many eyes. The creature eye narrow as it look up and down. You get the impression it's trying to figure it out, trying to figure you out in some way. You must be here. You must be new here. Okay. I have not seen you around like other things. God damn it. You take this opportunity to get some answer. What are you a queen of? The eye frowns at you as you ask this question. It seems you have answered the stupidest question. I am the queen of the land. You non-glowing disgust me with your validation and ignorance. I am the glink. You are the glink. Who is transformed the clinkiness? Glink Queen proceed to name you all the Glink children. As the Glink Queen is listening up names, you slowly scuttle away. You climb down carefully down on the vent onto the soft carpet below. The sound of a rumbling, a sensation from the vent, whatever that creature was. You glad you didn't make it mad. You look around to find your bearings. It seems you have a shabby looking halfway past the prime muck and grime stains the wall as the wallpaper peeled away, revealing strange blinking eyes. Oh my god, there's abstraction everywhere. Is it moving? Is this sign moving at me? No, it doesn't. Okay. You're trying not to acknowledge them. Instead, you're wondering the whole way, locked door lining either side, each one adorned with a funny looking characters. It is starting to feel more like a hotel for cartoon than a circus. A thought crosses on your mind through. Why are so many doors with a red X on them? The question presses heavily on your mind. Suddenly, you are snapped out of your thoughts by the sound of voices. It seems to be coming further down the hallway. With no other options, you head towards them. Maybe they can help you get out of this place. It better than having a company of doors at the very least. The voice becomes clearer and clearer as you pick up the pace, until eventually you round a corner and wham! Jingle, jingle! You have run directly into something small and colorful. The sound of jingle bells. The jingle bells ring out, echoing throughout the hallways as you fall backward onto the carpet. Slightly dazed, you slowly look up to see a small jester rubbing their head in pain. Next to the jester, a person-sized chest kneel down, considered. Are you okay? How many fingers am I holding up? Uh, 3? What? Wait, I am. Wait, am I? I am. Oh my god, the art design! This was made by a VTuber, in case you're wondering, and also with all their friends, just to help this out. I gotta drink some water. Mm. The chess piece looked down at his own floating hands. His eyes slowly drift into the two different directions as he began to count them in the panic. He seemed rather empty-headed. Oh, good news. Turns out I have four. Wait, I have? The jester slowly stand up, giving herself a big dust-off. What happened to those two? I see eyes popping out. And this Barney looks like he's a survivor. The jester eyes goes wide as they focus on you with full attention. An attention fills their space as you both look at each other. You get an odd feeling that they're about to try and fight you. The jester put themselves in between you and the chess piece, slowly backing away with them, tucking into the chess piece robe. Kinga, we need to go. We need to keep going now. Oh, perhaps they're here to see my insect collection. The jester shakes their head as they continue to step back, not breaking eye contact with you. You step forward. You step forward, trying to explain your situation. 1 second you were putting on a headset, the next you were with a teeth man, talking with a teeth man, and everything else. You still your head started to ache just thinking about it, just thinking about it all, and you grab it. As you grab it, as it trying to yank something off, to try to start to curling into yourself. I mean, no, why can't you take it off? Is even real? I'm I don't know. A small hand grabs it onto your own. You look up to see the jester looking at you with some concerns. Hey, hey, it's okay. Take it easy. I'm sorry about that. We thought you were one of the NPCs. The assuring tone is their voices help to calm you down. You ha- you felt you were losing yourself for a second. You're fine. I'm Palmy, by the way. And that over there is Kinga. Who? Kinga finally looked behind him. You stare at his sheep bafflement, but Palmy gaze stays on you. So, what's your name? You try to answer, but nothing comes to mind. Where the name should be? It's just a blank space. Wait, he didn't give you one. He didn't give you by one? She trailed off, flurrying in thought. How about we call you, Ricky? For now, sound good. Your mouth, your mouth plays with the sound of your new name. It been, it feels right, at least for the time you're here. Mommy brightened up. Well, it's nice to officially meet you, Rookie. She let out a small chuckle. However, her face dropped down into a frown. She looked back up at you with a sorrowful expression. Sorry to have to end up here at the time like this, but we gotta get moving before he finds us. You are confused and ask who she's talking about. Kane. Kane, the big teeth guy. Recall your first meeting with him was unexpected? Despite the chaos regardlessly just about everything he seems harmless, if not incredibly enlightening. I don't know what it is, but I'm gonna off the topic. You fall in a step beside Palmy and Kinger as they both begin to make haste down the hall. You ask about what Palmy meant about Kane finding you. Well, he's upset and unstable. More than usual. It started with a little thing and a strange glare or mean comments, but now I think he's trying to harm me to tail off as a fidget with her hands. She snapped back to looking at you. But we tried to find a way to fix him. Kina thinks there is something up with his base code. You look over at Kinga, who is curiously starting at the bright ceiling light. You look down at Palmy suspiciously. She let out an awkward laugh. He's smarter than he looks. Trust me, he wouldn't have gotten this far without him. Palmy smiled wickedly as she turned to him, as he continued to stare at the light. Palmy, are you seeing these white dots in the light? You decide go to your. Oh, okay, so I can't even click him because I cannot to do. It's not even finished. Stay and help with them with the plan. Against your better judgment, you take a deep breath and offer to help fix Kane somehow. You you don't actually know what the plan is. Perhaps you should have to ask that before agreeing. Pommy looks up with surprise and relief. It seems she was hoping you would stay and help. Well, I'm glad you want to help, especially since you just met us. Thanks. The three of you continue journeying down the variation hallways. You notice palmy eyes dart around trying to find something. She noticed you looking at her. Oh, we're keeping an eye out of the doors that this key fits into. They appear randomly. Hopefully one of will lead us to King's control room. That's what King thinks anyways. Suddenly there's a loud whack as King is smacked head first to the large door. Surprisingly, both you and Palmy. Oh my god! Oh god, King, are you okay? I'm not Oak, but the door is. Oh, you all stand in front of a large oak wooden door engraved with vines and a weird grinning bubble. Palmy lift. Palmy lift up the key and tentatively slot into the back door, into the door keyhole. She pauses and looks back at you. This place isn't exactly safe, so be ready for everything. You give her a nod in confirmation. She turns the key and swings open the doors. Creepy as that King is disturbing face. Jax is more disturbing. Zubal's like a gross eyeball with a replace of a hand. Gangles. Gangles is a freaking serial killer in the Scream movie. And Ravka's just nightmares. Wow. But on the other side of the rather fancy trophy room, with a roaring, with a roaring fire and comfortable sofa, it would be a nice place to stay if it wasn't for a freaky mounted head on the walls that glanced down at you. I thought it was just a manor hall. I thought it was just one adventure, but that is an actual office. Anyways, though strangely one of the mounting frame doesn't have a head. Instead, just a small plague. Just a small plague with a familiar name. Tommy grimaced as she looked up at them, her hand beginning to fidget even more than it before. Well, not the room we're looking for, but it could lead us to it. Any ideas, Kingo? Kingo wandering off of one of the sofas and sit down on the Pacific comfy one. You know, I think this is made with crocodile leather, the good stuff. He begins to lean back, his body presses into the pillow of the sofa as he let out a conscious sigh. Pommy let out a sight as she still fidgets. Well, I suppose it was to take a rest for a bit. We can wait a while. Pommy sits down on her own sofa. You see as her whole body loose, as it looked like she's about to pass out. Okay. I think maybe I should probably get... I think we might need to know how to get out. You asked me to leave the game. Pommy's face turned into a sad grimace as she looked away. We don't know, Aunt. We don't know. We've all been here for a while. Kinga the longest. She fidgeted with her hands even more. It seems she's trying to choose her next word carefully. I guess what I'm trying to say is we have to focus on what's happening right now. She took a deep breath. She took a breath in and then out. She looked up with you with a determined look in her eyes. After we fix came, then we can focus on getting out. But right now, we have to keep each other safe. You are about to ask them further when suddenly, wham! Sorry. You hear the door slam behind you. What? Palmy rushed towards the door. Keys up front to try and open it. However, as soon as she entered the key, loud error sounds. Guys, I think we have a problem. The fire roared as the flame bloated out from the fireplace before it is quickly snuffed out. The once warm room is now filled with sinister dread. You feel a shiver creep down your spine. Ooh, I think this is one of those sleepovers. You feel the room around begin to rumble and shake as the wall begins to crumble and split open. You hold on to Kinga to him. And you hit him right as the palmy eyes darted around the room. Come on, there had to be there! Palmy points towards the vent on the other side of the room. She races towards it. Okay! Once a moment, how? Rumble. The mounted head violently chattered together, their mouths chattering as thick vine erupted from behind. The freaky vine creatures gnawed teeth hungrily, the vine twisting towards you and Kinga. It is a different universe! What the? Yeah, I said it too. A thick vine suddenly burst out of the fireplace, blocking Palmy's path. You feel killer. Portrait changes. You look up and notice his eyes seem more focused. He moved in front of you in a protective disdain as he grabbed something out of the obsession trophy decorated wall. Get behind me! Get behind me! He holds it up as it glints in the darkness, ready to swing down. It has a machete that proves into a cloud of pixels as soon as it makes contact with the vines. Ah! What does Kane even have that? Oh no. Oh no. Help Hummy move it into the van or you entertain the head with Kinga. You gotta help him. I'm gonna have to help him. Wait. Oh no, we're in the fireplace, that's alright. You run over to Palmy, and both of you are able to move the heavy vine away, heavy vine away, leaving a small opening to the vent. Palmy start kicking at it and to loosen it. But the screams startle you both. Oh my god! You look back to find that Kinga had been grabbed by one of the heads and being dragged away while struggling. Kinga! Palmy immediately launched herself and take Kinga by the robe, trying to pull him back from the deformed rabbit, looking mounted head that is munching on his head. Oh boy. You finish opening the vent is for everyone? Rush over to help on the situation. Help him. You run over the creepy small rabbit head, avoiding the other slithering mountain heads trying to grab you and Palmy, using all your strength to kick and punch it. It finally let Kinga go. Kinga fall to the ground. He quickly stand up and look around himself with a determined look. Over here, quick! That you two quickly follow Kinga to the fireplace, avoid the vine and bitten and biting heads flinging about. You duck and punch at one at a time. You focus your attention back at the Kinga, who is now touching the wall around the fireplace, trying to find something. What are you looking at? What are you looking for? The switch. This should be the hidden one here. A head that resembled Kinga lunging over you. You manage to dodge it, but it hits Palmy, pushing her away between the other headlines. Oh god, no. Oh no. I have to go help Palmy. You wave your arms and running over to the Palmy, trying to keep the vine away from her. The crying white mass trying to bite down at you both. Suddenly, you hear a strange laugh in the distance, almost like echoing in the back of your mind. You look around trying to locate it, and snapped. Something isn't right. You look back at Palmy. Her face! Her face! Palmy looks like some kind of mindless zombie now, but her neck she had. Kane had replaced Palmy Head with a version of herself as one of the biting mount. Palmy's body is still hers, but she seems confused, touching her new cosmetic. She stumbles a bit, trying to find herself. Her new head wakes up, and it starts to jittle and bite in the air, almost like a rabid dog. Palmy body then slowly starts to walk towards you. Her arms extend, trying to find her way around. She doesn't realize what's happening on the other side, but her new head mounts head locked in attention on you, and it tried to push itself as if it bites you. You shout back at Kinga, asking if it's hurry. If his head's fa- if he found the right switch yet, but the purple rabbit head was taking away his attention. He's finding it with one of the fireplace metal tools. Stand back! Stand back! When you finally look back at your own situation, you realize that Palmy is charging at you stubbornly. You look around and think quickly, grabbing one of the pillows from the couch as you use it as a shield. Oh, wait, that's my hand? When Palmy finally reaches you, the zombie head bites onto the pillow, rip part of it. You shove it into the face, pushing her away from you. With one extra push, you make her fall onto the back. You take opportunity to run back to Kinga and help him fend off the smiling rabbit head by pulling a vine it is attached to. Kinga pushes against the fireplace in the struggle. It was here! He quickly pushed the brick-shaped switch in. The fire roars once again, bright, ignited by the push of the switch. Not only lighting up the room, but igniting the vine growing out of the chimney? Sure. The scream had trashed the acne, quickly turned into ashes. The other vine in the room retreat in pain. Oh, Palmy, you're okay. Oh no. What happened to you? You look back at Palmy. Her face is melting like wax behind the pillow you shove on her face. She comes back to her sense. What happened? You try to explain in a few words, but Kinga rushed you both away from the dim light, noticing how his sanity stopped slipping away from him again. We have to keep moving. Come on! You all go towards the room vent without missing a beat. You three have gotten out of the trouble for now, and don't miss a beat and leaving the place behind. You all travel this through a dark vent. It's imperial glitching unfinished. After a long while, Pommy shadowed you two, Flint trailing behind. I see a light. Let's see what we find. With the with a big push of her body, with her whole body, she takes a vent, grind down and crawl out. Whoa! We may avoid the situation. You three are standing. You three are standing at the most bizarre space you have ever seen so far. A strange, unfinished arena, or maybe another King Tricks. A void with so many doors elsewhere. Such a beautifully lit place for my insect collection. We got the doors in the void. Okay, I think that was it. I think that's it. I think we should call it after the stream. Sorry, everybody. There are more ending, but I want to get this done. So who gonna raid? Let's raid Maisie. She's playing right now. Hang on, please work. Oh come on, no! I'm gonna raid her. Why? Oh no, my ears. Well, what do we do now? What should I raid? Barjo, maybe? I haven't raided him for a while. Okay, we're going to raid Barjo at that point. So thank you for watching this stream. I don't think I'll be streaming anytime soon again. This is all I passed through those two games, and that's all I'm gonna it for saying. So, anyway, thank you for watching the stream. I'll see you all very later. But I mean, this game is a alternative universe. This one, but there's more alternative universes, and even if I want to go through, I might not be able to do all that anytime soon. Maybe a month or so, I can come back for that point for more watching and more Amazing Digital Circus, a bit of a content. So, yeah, again, thank you for watching. I'll see you all later. Take care.